Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you doing, Ross?
Hey, Nick. Welcome. Lots of others are here. We got about 2, 4, 6, 8 others.
Awesome. Amazing to
So
see
good
everyone
number.
present here.
You'll recognize one of them. Dr. Mike is here from Saturday.
Hey, Dr. Michael, he sent me, he said he was going to be here. How are you doing, brother?
What's up?
Hey, what's up, what's up? Oh, let me put my camera up. Hey, what's up, brother?
So everybody, this is Nick. That's me, but that was Nick in the red. So what happened with me now that I think we're pretty much all here, get almost started. I had just been, after 20 years in the Secret Service, I had just been ready to start getting something better with my own retirement, and also realized that some of what I had already was not in the best shape what it could have been. So I started looking at my own more standard retirement things and wanted to try to figure out something to supplement it. And last August, I saw a post from a friend of mine who was doing this and was just basically did some of the same things I did that you guys saw of me, asking if anybody was interested in learning day trading. And I had thought about that in the past. So I thought, well, let's see what this is about. He brought me into what we're going to talk about tonight, a company called IML, stands for International Markets Live. It's a teaching platform and also an analysis platform. That's who Nick is with. He is one of their educators and master traders. That's all this guy does. So he's living a good life. I'm going to take another sip of beer and turn it over to Coach Nick.
Awesome. Welcome, everyone, for being here. Thank you for taking your time. This call is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes maximum. I'm going to explain a couple of things, going to show you a couple of things, and then we will do a little bit of a question moment. We are with about 10 people on this call. So in the beginning, I would ask you to just listen, be present, open your mind. And then the last 10 minutes, you can ask any potential questions. The goal of tonight is just to give you information that has changed my life significantly in the past 4 years and is now actively changing Yergz's life, obviously. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about life. Now, first and foremost, he introduced me very, very nicely. I almost started blushing, but who am I really? I'm just a guy, a regular guy. I'm Nick Engels. I'm originally from Belgium. You should be seeing a whiteboard right now, so I'll make some notes right there. I'm originally from Belgium. I'm almost 24 years young, let's say it like this. And most of you will probably be like, why am I on this call listening to this young kid? Obviously, well, a lot has happened, and I think age is just a number. I think you can be 70, but in your mind you can be 20, and I think you can be 15 or 16 or 17, and in your mind you can already have the life experience of someone of 60, 70 years old. Now, what happened with me very shortly is that my parents divorced, and right after that, my dad actually had to go through 2 major heart surgeries. I lost my brother as well as a major part of my family through a couple of more things, which we will not get into tonight because that is not the goal. But all of these personal experiences made me very much stand still about life, and more specifically about the financial side of life. And this is what we will be talking about this evening. Now, specifically what happened, my dad dying almost 2 times in the second operation, heart surgery he had like 5% survival chance, which he's still here. So that's a very good thing. Knock on wood, obviously, but it really made me think, and it made me think about why do people go to school at that current time. I was still going to school. This is again 4 or 5 years ago. And I was thinking, why am I actually trying to get this degree? What am I going to do with this job? And I'm very, very grateful, which sounds maybe a little weird, that happened at that moment in my life. And it didn't happen down along the line while I was already working a job for 10 to 15 years. Now, what I thought about was, all right, I'm having a degree. I'm going to go do a job. But what is this job specifically? And why am I actually doing this job? And I also asked to people who are actually doing this job. I studied for IT, so I worked in the IT sector, and they said, "Look, do you like it?" I asked to them, and they were like, "I don't really know, but you gotta work." And I was, this kind of weird expression. You gotta work. Do you gotta work though? No, you gotta earn money, but do you gotta work specifically for a boss? And this is when I started doing more research, and I came up on a book which is called Bridge That For That. I highly, highly recommend it to read if you have not yet done so. If you want to read it, just send a message to Ross. And again, this is a little bit the theme of tonight. I have a free version of it, so I'm just gonna give you the free book, either an ebook version or like classical version, whatever you want. Just text Ross if you would be interested in that. A recap of this book, it goes about economics and the basics of economics. And the most important part out of the book is cash flow quadrant. And this is very, very important, and I want to share it with you guys. I want to make this a little bit interactive, so I'm not just listening to my own voice. This cash flow quadrant talks about the 4 ways of earning money in the world, which is an interesting topic to talk about because we are all human beings. And no matter if you're from Africa, if you're from America, if you're from Europe like me, no matter where you're from, you're going to be earning money in one of these 4 ways. So the first way is actually being an employee. You have a chat. If you're not comfortable talking, you have a chat option. If you are comfortable talking, you can just unmute yourself and say something. Is there anyone that now works as an employee that has a specific 9-to-5 job and that is comfortable telling what he or she does? You can unmute yourself and talk, or you can drop something in the chat box.
I'll go. Can you see me?
Yes, Jordan, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great. I am an auditor, so I'm a CPA working for an accounting firm.
All right, that is amazing. How long have you been doing this, Jordan?
3 years.
3 years already. All right. What is your age, if I may ask?
24, same as you.
24, same. All right. So you studied for this as well, or this is your?
Yeah, went to school and then yeah, I've been in it ever since.
Awesome. That is amazing. Do you like your current job?
I don't mind it. I'll say that.
You don't mind it, but
it could be worse.
All right. Awesome. That is amazing to hear. Well, that's a super interesting job. Anyone else that would like to share their current way of earning money to this day? Anyone else that is doing a job?
Mine.
I know yours. You work for a Secret Service, probably one of the most epic jobs ever.
I've been there for almost as long as you and Jordan have been alive.
Pooh, that is crazy. That's
21 years.
Now, no matter what you do as a job, for example, the job from Yergz is totally different than what Jordan said. They're doing totally different jobs, but the principle is a little bit the same. Depending on your degree or your job, you're going to do a different task. Your task description is going to be totally different, and you're going to be earning a different amount of money, highly depending on your degree as well, right? But the principle of you going to your job, performing that specific task for which you're hired, and then getting paid for your time of doing and executing that specific task, that is exactly the same. So this is why we say we exchange time towards money, all right? English, by the way, is not my primary language, so if I sometimes have to think about a word, apologies, but I speak French, Dutch, English, German, Latin, Greek, and a couple Spanish a little bit, a couple more languages, but I'll do my best to do it in English as smooth as possible. So time for money, all right? This is a principle that we see return. No matter which job you're doing, the higher your degree, the more you earn. And this is interesting to talk about as well. How can we earn more in this specific degree? For example, Yergz, did you have a way to earn more through your specific job throughout the past 24 years?
The 2 ways. I could either, like I've been doing for the past 5 weeks straight, I could work overtime, either on a weekend or longer shifts. I can't do that automatically. It has to be approved. But with protection, we get a lot of that. So you're going to get it whether you like it or not. And then I could also try to promote. I could be a supervisor.
Promote, all right. And that is basically your salary increases.
Yeah.
All right. Very easy one. I'm going to bring Jordan back for a second. Jordan, you still there?
I'm here.
Yes. Is this the same way that you can increase your income as an employee?
Yeah, mine's just promotion though. So I get the same, no matter how many hours I work, I get paid the same. And then on a certain cadence, I'll get promoted, and then I'll get, raises or bonuses depending on the year.
I see. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
As you see, the details are a little bit different depending on which job which person is doing. But overall, we have 2 options to increase the amount of income we earn, and that is working more, doing overtime, either in the specific job or like in Jordan's situation, it's not possible to do overtime. What he could do is take on a second job, a side hustle. Obviously, this is possible. But the tricky thing with this is we only have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, and this is for all of us the same, obviously. Promotion, like both of them said, this has very specific rules to when you can get promotion, when you can get paid more for your time that you're exchanging. And the tricky thing about this is that we do not judge about that. It's our boss that judges about that. Now there are people that say, I don't really like that. I don't really like that my time, the amount of time that I spend is decided, well, highly by my employer, and the amount of money I earn per hour, your salary, is determined by my employer as well. And those people say, I want to become self-employed. Is there anyone on this call that's actually self-employed? And that is comfortable speaking.
I am.
That is Dane. Good
Yeah,
evening.
I do an Uber, so we're independent contractors. So they kind of consider us self-employed. Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. So what do you do specifically? You work for Uber on a self-employed contract.
Or repeat again.
What do you do specifically? You work on a self-employed contract for Uber, correct?
So I wouldn't call it like a 9-to-5 job, but it's definitely hours are different. But you're definitely on the contract, and you're considered a contract. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for sharing that. I think the connection is a little bit not 100%, but what Dane is trying to tell us is that through him working a self-employed job, he can determine his time himself. He still have to spend time on his job. It's not that he can stay at home and money's just going to fall out of the sky. Still have to spend time on his job, but he can determine how much time. So much more control of his time. And this way, most of the time, self-employed people have much more control over their income, their money as well. Let's say you open a restaurant, or like Ross is trying to do, open his hotel, then he will be able to determine how much a night every room will cost. This is the positive side of you being self-employed. Now, why does not everyone do this? And I'm going to ask this to Ross. I would ask this to Dane, but I'll ask it to Ross because Dane's internet connection is not 100%. Ross, why didn't you become self-employed before? Why do you think not everyone is self-employed?
It's definitely not for everybody. There's a certain level of being a self-starter and having, not only having my own independence, but putting it to use. Just because you have the day off and can do something else doesn't mean you're actually going to do that and make it a productive day. I really don't get days off. When I'm not with the Secret Service, I'm developing the hotel. Now I'm learning day trading. So, just keep right on going.
All right.
And that's not for everybody.
So not for everybody, because you work always and never, basically, because you have to determine your own hours. That is correct. You were planning to start your own hotel, right?
Correct.
All right. Why does not everyone on this call start their own hotel? What is the requirement to do this?
Probably whatever business you start, there needs to be the knowledge in the industry.
Knowledge. Yes.
And like I said, it's for, I can see already, it's for self-starting type people. If you're sitting around waiting for somebody to give you directions, you're not going to be good at being self-employed. You're the person giving the directions.
True. That is 100%. So mindset.
Best scene. I've seen, being in Hollywood now, I'm starting to quote movies. There was the movie Steve Jobs, starring Michael Fassbender. And there was a scene where he was down in the pit of the orchestra with Steve Wozniak. And Steve Wozniak was basically calling him out on the fact that he's not a developer. He's not an engineer. He's not any of the things that the company of Apple needs. And he says, "What do you do?" And he looks at all the musical equipment and says, "I play the orchestra." And that's what somebody who's self-employed needs to be able to do. You might not be the industry expert, but you got to bring, just like now, bringing those industry experts together and being able to coordinate that and making things happen from whatever skills you've got.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. That is so important. You got to be able to be both your own CEO and your own employee, because no one's going to do it for you. A big one that we didn't mention before is that if every one of you would just wake up and they're like, I want my hotel right now, even if you have the knowledge, and the mindset, and you're like, all right, I want to go hustle and go all in, you kind of need starting capital. And not everyone has, I don't know how much starting capital you would specifically need for a hotel, but let's say at least, let's go like roughly $1 million, like to invest everything. Not everyone has $1 million below their mattress of their bed, obviously. So you need start capital. And a lot of people that start a classical business, either if it's a restaurant or a hotel like Ross wants to do, or other classical businesses, they need starting capital. They will get a loan, obviously, from the bank. I'm not going to draw this all out. I'm terrible at arts, so I'm not a good drawer. I'm good at trading, not art. But you get a loan from your bank, and you obviously have to pay that loan back. Interest rates are not that favorable always, let's say like this. And this is why a lot of people say there's a risk with you being self-employed, because if you do not manage to pay that interest rate back, obviously you're declared a failure and your business will close. Now, this is something a lot of you will already know. There's two other ways of earning money though. And this is something I never heard of before I actually joined this educational platform. And that's being a business owner, and being an investor. Now, what is a business owner, right? A business owner is actually a self-employed person that starts working in the way of a system. All right, I'm going to write this word down, system. That's a very, very important one. System. Let's take Ross again as an example, because it's an easy one. Let's say Ross starts his hotel. It's going to be your first hotel, correct, Ross?
Correct.
All right, so he starts his first hotel. It will take him a little while to get this started, figure out what works, what doesn't work, which prices work, which location, everything. He'll get there because he's self-employed. He has his eyes on the price, and he will do this. Let's say this runs good after a while, depending on how long it will take, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. At some point, this hotel is going to be running good. Then he can say, you know what? Instead of, he has two options. Here's going to be, all right, that's awesome. I've had fun with this project. I'm going to sell this hotel to someone else for a bigger profit, which is a viable option. The other option is you're going to start franchising your hotel, right? So you will invest in another hotel property, make it the same exact way. Because why would you start from zero if you're already invested all this time and energy in making sure that your way of working, your vision of your hotel works? This is exactly the same what they do with restaurants. A bigger example than Ross's hotel empire is McDonald's, for example, or Burger King, or whatever hotel franchise, you know. In Europe and America, it's a little bit different. So I'll just take an example everyone knows. They work with a system. I'm now in Mexico. I travel 24/7 because I just like it. And Mexico was a place that didn't have COVID restrictions at this current moment. So I'm here at this current moment. I'm about to go back to Europe, go to Italy, Spain, and travel around there. But if I go to the McDonald's here, which I don't do because I don't like it, but if I would go, I know how to order a cheeseburger, exactly the same as I would in America, exactly the same as I would in Belgium or in Europe or whatever, because I work with a system. And system actually, it's a funny thing. System is an abbreviation for saving, I'll make this a little bit bigger, saving yourself time, energy, and money, all right? And this is where people hear the term passive income, all right? And now some of you will probably be, oh, here do we go. This is a scam, right? Or something like this. This is what I thought when I heard this. I was like, pum, pum, pum. But passive income is highly misinterpreted. Passive income is used by, obviously, a lot of people that have wrong intentions. Passive income is not you doing nothing and money falls out of the sky. That does not exist. Let me be clear about this. It's not existent in this world. If it would be existent, it would be super awesome, but it's not existent. You will have to put effort, time, and energy into a skill or a project to be able to earn income. But passive income is that, let's say, again, Ross with his hotels. Let's say Ross has 2 hotels. Can he be in both hotels at the same time managing it? No. He's a human being. He cannot split himself up in 2. So he will be at one of them, or probably after a while at none of them, right? But the hotels will still keep on running. Same again on a bigger scale. The McDonald's example, owner of McDonald's, I don't know if he's still alive or not, probably not. Maybe the family is given true. I don't know. I didn't do research on McDonald's, doesn't matter. They're not flipping burgers. That is the key. They are not flipping burgers in every single one of the restaurants, but the stream of income will come in every single month. If the owner wants it or they don't want it, the stream of income will come in. And this is what we call passive income. Now, not every one of you wants to build out a classical business, it being a hotel catering, a hotel franchise, or maybe a burger franchise, whatever. But a lot of you are probably interested in knowing how to build a passive stream of income. And this is nowadays possible because we live in a digital age. It's as easy as that. If you look to a couple of examples, for example, YouTube, every single one of you can start a YouTube channel. It's very, very easy. Will every single one of you monetize it and build it out? No, this will take time, energy, money, probably to buy some equipment. And in the beginning, you will probably not get paid. But after a while, let's say you build it up, you have, I'm just gonna say number 1 million subscribers. If you post a video then, do you have to keep editing this video over and over? No, but it will keep earning residual income, passive income for you over the years. This is how YouTubers work. This is how influencers on social media work. People that promote products on social media, no matter if it's Facebook, if it's Instagram, or an even more well-known example, maybe affiliate links. I know this is a really, really big thing in America. People, you go to rent, you go to a place on vacation, someone sends you a link, oh, this is super nice, go check it out, go stay here, the person gets paid on that. These websites that you can book stuff on, TripAdvisor, stuff like that. Do you guys have TripAdvisor in America? Is that another thing? Yeah, yep. TripAdvisor. This website in itself is an affiliate website. These are like things in between you and the hotel. They get a percentage of what you pay, always. Affiliate links, right? People that are into music, Audible, Spotify. There are so many ways. Having an online web shop. Nowadays, you can run your shop without having a shop. How incredible is this? Online, right? Absolutely amazing. So passive income, you put in energy, time, and money in the beginning, that not a lot will come, but after you build it up, passive stream of income will come. This is a quadrant I find myself in myself. Well, that was not correct English. This is a quadrant that I am in, let's say it like this, in this as well. And then obviously the investor quadrant as well. What is investing? Investing is putting money into something and you get more money out of it, all right? Now, a lot of you guys, me including, when I heard this in the beginning, I was thinking about real estate, right? Real estate. Now, the fact is with real estate, it's a very good investment. Overall, it does increase in value, but what do you need? Again, same as with the self-employed, and this is the same exact problem for a lot of people, starting capital, right? Starting capital. Now, the fact is not everyone has the starting capital. I know a lot of people get a loan or they get mortgage, and then they pay off that mortgage throughout the year, or they rent a house out, which is even a more smart idea. They buy a property, rent that property out, and pay the mortgage off with the rent. Super smart idea, right? But there is a limit to how much you can do this, obviously. So real estate is most of the time a little bit more down the line. Now, investing can be done on all kinds of assets, not only real estate. You can invest in stocks, you can invest in Forex, what we are doing, you can invest in cryptocurrency, you can invest in high frequency Forex, but also in other things. In art, you can invest in wine, you can invest in wine, for God's sake, you can invest in wine. I mean, like, you can invest in clothes, in furniture, whatever has any value. I met a person that bought a bike on, like, he went to a thrift shop, you guys call it a thrift shop. He went to a thrift shop, saw like a BMW, right? I'm trying to speak the correct English, a little BMW, like the little bike, and he sold it online on a website. He bought it for 15 bucks. He sold it online for 600 bucks. This is great. I know a lot of garage, like there are people that go to garage sales in America. I've seen this. They go to garage sales, they take what they know and they sell it on eBay. They make a nice and decent profit. This is all investing, all right? It's all investing. Now, what is the key of this talk tonight? You have all of these quadrants. 95% of the population in the whole world finds itself on the employee side and self-employed side. Only 5% of the population find itself being a business owner, and the minority 1% an investor. Now, the weird thing is that 5% of all the liquidity in the world, so all the money in the world, can be found on the side of the employee and the self-employed, and 95% of the liquidity can be found with the 5% of the population being business owners and investors. What is your guys' reaction on that? And I didn't invent those numbers. It comes out of the book.
Join the meeting.
All right, someone joined the meeting. Awesome. What is your guys' reaction on this?
I think that's a Bernie Sanders statistic. Do you know who that is?
I know who that is.
Yeah. He's constantly talking about whatever percent. The people way up here is a small number that have most of the wealth, and the rest of the world doesn't.
Absolutely. Someone else that has an opinion about this? How do you feel about this? Is this fair? Is this not fair? Nope, no one has an opinion on this. Cool, cool, cool. I thought this was totally unfair. I thought this was the most unfair thing ever, to be honest. Like, absolutely. When I heard this, I was like, wow, the world is so unfair. The fact is, this is how it is, all right? Now, the interesting question to ask yourself is, where do you want to be? You can use the chat as well, or again, you can talk. Do you want to be on the left side, being an employee and self-employed, or in an ideal world? If you were born on this world again, you can just choose employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. Where would you want to be? Very simple. Where would you want to be? Let me know, drop it in the chat box, or tell me something. Don't be shy. I always told Americans were like, I work with a lot of people from America. They're always super high energy. Normally it's people from Europe that are super, super shy. So don't be shy.
Does Zoom even have chat? I'm looking, I don't even see it.
Yeah, they have a chat, or you can just unmute yourself, also possible. Oh, all right. Ross, where do you want to be? Maybe you can assist me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for the chat, and other than just the oh, there we go. Again, right in front of me. Thanks, Herval. I'm looking to be, the self-employed business owner and investor.
Absolutely.
And
Why?
employee where I'm my own boss.
And why exactly? Why is that?
Well, because why would I want to be in one quadrant that's got money when I can be in all four quadrants that's got money? Cast a wider net.
Amen. Amen. The more streams of income you have, the better, obviously. Now, the question, even more important question for everyone that wants to be on the right side, but just didn't figure out how to unmute their mic or put something in the chat, is how can you be on the right side? What is the difference between me and people that are not on the right side yet? What's the difference between me and maybe some of you guys at this current moment? I'm not young. I'm probably younger than a couple of you, but that's not the reason. I'm not smarter. Absolutely not. There's the chat. Absolutely not. And I'm not more beautiful. I'm not more handsome. There's no difference between me and you. I'm a human being. You're a human being. I'm a young kid, for God's sake. The only difference is that I put time and energy into learning this specific skill, while, for example, Ross put time and energy for the last 25 years in being a special agent. Let's say I go to his job. Tomorrow is Thursday. You have work tomorrow, Ross?
I do.
All right. Let's say I go to your job tomorrow. Will I be able to do what you do? Will I be able to function in your job?
It won't take much. But no, investigations, absolutely not.
No, exactly. But if I run with you for a month, will I kind of get an understanding of what's going on?
You'll have an idea.
All right. If I run with you for a whole year and a half, maybe 2 years, and you guide me, you give me like reports, homework every single day of what to do, will I be able to do it?
Well, our training is 6 months. Background check is about a month. So yeah, by then you'd be a full-time agent.
Perfect. Amazing. As you see, the difference between me not being able to do what he does at this current moment and me being able to do what he does is getting what? The right information, the right knowledge, getting guidance from someone that already knows what he's doing, this being Ross in the case of special agent. If I wanted to learn how to be an auditor, obviously I would ask Jordan, right? You have to go to someone who is able to do what you want to do. And thirdly, just time, putting in the time, the energy, and again, the money, being able to invest in yourself. This is very, very important. We talked about investing. We're all investing. We're all investing time into something. Question us, are you investing time into the thing that you want, right? Now, what are we? We are IM Mastery Academy, as Ross, or IML, used to be IML, IM Mastery Academy, like Ross already mentioned. And we are an educational online platform, an online educational platform. It was made, or how do you say it? Invented. It was, how do you say this word, Ross?
Invented. Yeah.
Yeah, they started it, let's say it like this, they started it 8 years ago. Again, English, not my primary language. They started it 8 years ago, about 8 years ago in the US. It's a US-based company. It now has about 400,000 active members all around the world in more than 50 countries, of which Belgium and Europe is one. So this is where I'm apart from. Ross, for example, is in America. We do events all over the globe. We do international events. We do national events. We do local events. Now with Corona, obviously not safety first, but normally this is why we're all on the online meeting right now. and we give people the knowledge to be able to go and leverage their own time, go from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant. Now, how does this work and what is necessary for this? I'll just show you. I think this is going to be the best plan to do this. I'll just give you a peek behind the scenes. And then if you guys have questions, we'll go into that. So it's an online platform. Why? Because I just mentioned this. We're in more than 50 countries all around the globe. Can you see my screen, Ross?
Yep. Yep, that's
Awesome.
it. Sign-in screen.
So would we like make physical schools? This would obviously not work because we would have to build a lot of schools. So it's online. This also means that you can take it at your own pace, which is kind of cool for people that are very, very busy. You can do this after your work. You can do this before your work. You can do this whenever you have time for it. I was working a job. I was doing studies. I was a very, very busy guy. I was going to the gym as well. And I just made time for this. I think it's very, very important to be present of what do you want to spend your time on, because what you put your focus on grows, right? Follow one course until successful. This is focus. This is what will grow. The more focused you are on one specific subject, the more you will grow in skill. Now it works. Again, it works pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. It's with awards and all of this stuff. But you see this button, My Things to Do. We teach people in a couple of areas. We teach people when it comes to investing both in the cryptocurrency market. We teach people about Forex as well, which I will get into in a second. But we also have education about how to make your digital shop, all right? How to do e-commerce, how to do digital e-commerce successfully and actually run an active web shop without having to own a physical job or having to have storage facilities and so on and so on. We're also busy with HFX, which is high frequency Forex, which is an even more simplified version of Forex at this point, which is very, very popular and big in America at this current moment. So yeah, I will be showing you everything specifically for the Forex side of things. Everything that I will show you is available for all the other areas as well. All right. Now you just click on this and you will see you are into the academy and into your course. Now, what is Forex? Maybe a little bit important to explain. Are there people that have already invested in the past? Maybe this is interesting to know. You guys have found the chat box, so you can drop something in the chat box, or you can just speak. Again, don't be shy. Are there people that are already investing in stocks, patents, or whatever you're investing into? Are there people that already have active investments running or have looked into it in the past?
Yeah, I've
I've looked into it in the past. But...
Awesome. And Dino, what have you invested in the past?
I've done it wasn't stocks. I was looking into it's a derivative of stocks, but it ran with the they ran the same platform, so I can put in orders, I can do buy, sell orders and whatnot, and so just got my feet a little wet on it, on the trading and whatnot. So
were you investing maybe in the S&P 500, the US 30, the indices, stuff like this, or was it something else?
Yeah, I was watching S&P 500, using that as an indicator for what I'd look at.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. Thank you for sharing this. So we already have a couple of people that were busy with investing. Now, what you have with investing normally and in general, and this is for real estate stocks, no matter what you invest in, and Andino can confirm this, if not, jump in between. I also saw someone drop something in the chat.
Yeah, Devin said he has stocks with Stash.
Absolutely amazing. Now, how stocks work, and I know you can short stocks, but in general, all right, in general, stocks and any investment you do, let's say this is a stock. This is a phone, obviously it's not a stock, but let's say it's a stock, all right? Or any other asset you invest. You have three possible movements of your investment. Either it increases in value, it decreases in value, or your value will stay around the same point. The value will never go like a flat line, obviously. It will move up and down around the same price point, and this is what we call consolidation. I can show you guys this on a chart if you want to. If you want to get more in depth, we can do that when we do the questions. Now, only with one of those three movements, the investor will be happy. Obviously, when the price increases. This is also why on Wall Street in America, they put a bull, because they want bullish markets. Because the only time that people are investing in stocks are happy is when the stock is actually increasing. A bullish market is an uptrending market in value. Now, what we are doing is Forex. And the awesome and amazing thing about Forex is, I have a glass over here. Let me just take a random example out of my phone again, is that we're not investing in one asset, but we're investing on a combination, the balance between two assets. Now, at this current situation, you will see that the chart of, let's say, in this case, phone and glass, if that chart goes up, that means the value of your phone will increase and the value of your water will decrease. Let's say your chart goes down, then the value of your phone will decrease and the value of your phone will increase. The most important key here is that one will always increase and the other one will always decrease, meaning that you can always, and in both directions, so we have three possible movements: up, we can make money; down, we can make money. And if it consolidates, it will never stay around the same point forever. So three options are good. So going from one out of three possible scenarios that we're happy as an investor, you go to three out of three possible scenarios that we're happy. All right. And this is absolutely amazing. We're not investing in phone and water. Just to be clear, we're investing in the difference between two different currencies. Let's say my currency from Europe, which is the euro, and your guys' currency, or the majority of you guys are probably from America, which is USD. Euro USD. If I come to America, I have to exchange my euros for dollars. If you come to Europe, you have to exchange your dollars for euro, and you have actively done foreign exchange. You've actively done foreign exchange, right? Just physically, we do exactly the same, but we don't do it physically. We do it digitally because we live in a digital age on our phones. And this is the main reason that I've achieved nowadays location freedom, because no matter where I am, I can take my laptop, I can take my iPad, whatever it is, my phone. And as long as I have an internet connection, Wi-Fi or 4G, doesn't matter, I will be able to earn money actively 5 days a week, 24 hours in a day, no matter how much I want, as much opportunities as I spot. I just have to know, is market going to go up or down? Because you can make money up and down. Only thing you obviously got to know is it going to go up and down. And then we circle back to the same conclusion as we just did. How can you learn something that you didn't know? Is by having the knowledge, is by having the guidance. Remember, if I want to be a secret agent, I go to Ross. If I want to become auditor, I go to Jordan, right? Exactly how it works. And this is what we offer. This is the educational platform. It has all information centralized. It works with videos and tests right after that. You know this information is correct. I know you can find a lot of stuff online. I was actually busy searching stuff up online. Some of you have probably experience with that. Found it very, very difficult to find not only the right information, but all the information that I needed. I say you watch YouTube videos about this, it's very difficult to reach the individual, to ask questions to it. So I found it very, very useful to be able to know, all right, this is the right information, and it's all centralized. Besides that, we have tools, which I'm not going to get into because it's going to bring us too far, but this works with machine learning, AI, actually programming software that's going to scan the markets, and then that's going to make your situation that much more easy to actually see, all right, do I have active trade opportunities or not? It's going to do a lot of the work for you. And then the most amazing thing is the go live. Imagine that I would want, again, let's take the example of secret agent. Imagine I want to become a secret agent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to want to learn. Now, if I can learn from one of the best secret agents that ever lived, who's a secret agent to look up to, Ross? Could you say someone?
Not me. I'm definitely not the best.
Not the best? All right. Who's someone you look up to?
So true story. A family friend of mine, you guys all are familiar with what happened in Dallas, Texas back in 1963. When President Kennedy was assassinated. Wherever we send a protectee, wherever we escort a protectee, somebody we're protecting, we have somebody there waiting already, so that if it's not safe to arrive, the motorcade just keeps right on going. A family friend of mine was the site agent where the motorcade was headed to in 1963. They were coming to my friend. So, and he's a good man. I look up to him quite a bit.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. That is a legendary story. If we have to get together for a story, Ross, we're gonna get together for stories. That's what I'm trying to say. If I'm in America,
his best friend, if you've ever seen the clips of the Zapruder film, that's the film of, you know, the whole thing happening. His best friend was the agent that crawled up on the back of the limousine.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. That's history right here. Yeah. You got 2 in 1. You got information, and we got that. Actually gave me a chill. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy to witness. Wow, that's very close actually. I can imagine that, again, if I would want to learn to become a secret agent, and if I would have access to people like Ross or people like his friend he just mentioned, or the other agent actively on a day-to-day basis, and I would be able to do calls with them and see how they do it, I would have a much faster increase in skill and knowledge than if I would have to do that all on my own. And that is just a fact. It's the same if you would have to learn fitness, or if you would have to learn your favorite sports or baseball or football, whatever you want to do. If you could get on a call with a professional multiple times a week, obviously your progress, your learning curve is going to be cut. It's not that this person can give their knowledge to you like just like this. You're still going to have to put in time and energy, but your learning curve is going to be that much shorter. That is just very logically. And this is how the platform works as well. We don't offer secret agents. You will have to go for Ross through that to learn this, but we do offer professionals when it comes to trading. Let's take a look at, for example, one of our Forex educators. We have education on all the areas, like I said. So if you're into cryptocurrency, we have education concerning that. We have education concerning Forex, education concerning high frequency Forex, ECX, everything you want. Let's take a look at, for example, Anastasia Demishkovits, who is one of the best Forex educators on the platform, actually. She teaches on a weekly basis. Now, the fun thing is, all of her sessions, she's not live right now because she's here with me, but all of her sessions are recorded, like literally all of them. And this is for every one of the educators. So not only do you have the knowledge on the platform, centralize these videos, the theory knowledge, but you also have more than 100 educators, people that were selected out of those 400,000 people that have come from the banking industry, because Forex is only accessible for retail traders in the past 10 to 15 years. So this is why a lot of us don't know about this, because it's not advertised publicly. It's something that, well, it's not available for that long. People from the banking industry that were already trading, they get pulled towards the company and they will actually start educating in here, and everything is recorded. So you find someone that has the investing style that you like, that has the investing strategy or the trading strategy that you like. You can actually follow them on a day-to-day basis. You get their social media, you can talk to them. And this is absolutely amazing. It is live as well. So you can ask questions in a chat box. No matter which educator you're following, you can ask them questions. They will answer you immediately. And it is live. And this is the most mind-blowing part about it. And then we're going to go into the questions because I'm kind of talked out. It is live. Your market and your investments run live. You know, there's a stock runs. It varies in value. Your Forex, it varies in value. Everything varies in value. These people are live. So if Anastasia spots a market opportunity, which actually happened today as well, she spots a market opportunity, she shares her opinion on the market, people execute that position, and they make live money. And this is mind-blowing. They learn and earn at the same time. And this is what I myself do as well. I teach people both on the English side of it as on the Dutch side of it. So I have 2 channels, but I'll just show you one of them. I teach a scalping strategy, which is actually more of a short strategy. People that want to do short investment. We have people that teach, this is not me, we have people that teach long-term investments as well. Obviously, I'm going to try to click on me one more time. Bum, bum, bum. No. So we have people that trade in all different styles. Yes, I just misclicked 2 times apparently. We have people that trade in all different styles. Here is about 4,000 people I teach a week. And then on the other channel, about 3,000 people. So I teach about 30,000 people a month. And I guide next to that 500 people from Belgium, Netherlands, the whole Europe, and a couple of people from America and Asia as well. You can follow, all right? You can just follow. And that is absolutely amazing to see. Now, is this platform totally for free? No, just as your school and your education in general has cost money. This costs money as well. The fun thing about this is that it's a monthly subscription, just as Netflix. You can try it out. If it's not your thing, just stop it, right? Same with this. It's $220 to start up, just a subscription cost and making sure that your account gets registered and made up. After that, it's a monthly subscription of about 170 bucks, 160 bucks, depending on how the currency, how the Euro USD course goes, obviously. And that's it. If it's not your thing, you stop. You have 7 days of time to get a refund if it's not your thing even. But I do highly advise you to stick with it and to not think that you will have results just like this. It's not a get rich quick. I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire in this in 10 or 20 days. Things like this do not exist. But I am telling you that by me putting in time over the past 4 years, and by Ross putting in time and learning this, you can actually have a skill which has an unlimited income potential. Because in your job, no matter what you do, and even if you're self-employed, no matter what you do, there will be a cap, a maximum of income you can earn. With this, you work percentage based, the same as you put your money in a savings account, you get what? How much do you get in savings account from America? I have no idea actually.
Not even a percentage.
Not even a percentage. Let's say a percentage. Good, like perfect scenario. You get 1%. If you put $100 on that savings account, that means you get $1, right? Fun thing is, if you put $1,000 on it, you get $10. If you put $10,000 on it, you get $100. Let's say we put 10K on a savings account. You will get $100 back. Now, if you leave that 10K plus $100, the year after it, you will get again 1%, and this will not be $100, but let's say 101. I'm not big on math, all right? You don't have to be good in math for this, by the way. $101, all right? Which is absolutely amazing. You get more. You do the same exact action, but you earn more. And this is what we call compounding. Einstein actually talked about it. They call it as the 8th world wonder next to our 7 world wonders that we have. Compounding is doing consistently small actions that end up in very, very big results. We don't do this on a yearly basis. We don't do this on a monthly basis. We don't do this on a weekly basis. We do this on a daily basis, all right? We do investments on a daily to a weekly basis. This morning, for example, I jumped on live, shared a potential trade ID. People took it. They made 3% on their capital today, all right? Not over 3 years, in 1 day, all right? That is basically what we do. Is this for everyone? Probably not. Am I saying you should join immediately? That's not what I'm saying. I just shared my information. It did change my life for me. It might change your life for you. I do think you guys have some sort of interest in changing or upgrading your lives. Otherwise, you would not be here. You do want to level up. Otherwise, you would not be here. Is this the change that you need? I'm not like a person to say this, but I do know you guys deserve the change that you want to actually achieve your dreams and goals. And I do wish you guys that you can apply that change into your lives. I would want to take a little bit of time to have maybe a question round if anyone wants to see anything more in depth. I didn't go into technical analysis and actually going into the charts because that's not for everyone. But if you want me to do that, that is a possibility as well. I will answer any question you have with as much care and skill as possible.
Anybody?
I got one. So do you you say you do Forex? Like do you do like a lot more technical versus educational analysis, meaning that do you look for patterns?
That is correct.
You basically, okay.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct. Together with using software, so and a part of it is program. I use AI to scan the market in the past to identify volume bursts. So basically places where high liquidity is present. Together with that, I do my technical analysis, like you just mentioned, Andino, spotting major support and resistances, trend lines, and other structures like head and shoulders and whatever it might take. And that is what I do. That is absolutely what I do. I do come to a conclusion.
There's three, and I'm brain farting now.
Technical analysis,
technical, emotional, and what else?
Fundamental one. So we watch news as well to see what's happening throughout the world. If the Federal Reserve is doing statements, or if the European Central Bank, for example, is doing announcements. A lot of these things we teach our students. So I teach, for example, Ross and all of my other students how to actually watch out for this, because a lot of people don't even know this, and they will end up getting kicked out of their positions. Market will suddenly reverse and they have no idea why. So purely basing yourself on technical analysis is not enough, but doing technical analysis in combination with using some software, in combination with using a strategy, and then adding fundamental and sentimental analysis as well. This will make you come to a nice conclusion. Is that an answer to your question, Andino?
Yeah, perfect. I don't know if this is like a mentor question that you would ask, but as far as indicators, what have you found? Because for Forex, it's pretty volatile. So like a shooting happens and then it might affect something, like the hurricane comes through, it might affect stuff. So what have you found is the biggest indicators of like, hey, I should pause or remove myself from my position right now? All right.
This is a very interesting question. So first and foremost, Forex is actually not the most volatile. It's the biggest volume daily. It's 6.6 trillion a day. So that is correct, but it's not necessarily the most volatile. If you trade on foreign currency pairs, this is one of the more stable markets because this is the market of all the money in the world. And this is where our big institutions like our central banks, commercial banks are actively present and acting upon and in. And this is why it moves in a much more stable when it comes to investing way when you compare it to, for example, your stocks or indices or cryptocurrency for sure. Commodities, gold, oil, whatever you're investing in, all of this will move much more volatile and will behave much more unpredictable than actually your foreign currency pairs. So that's one thing I wanted to say. Secondly, when it comes to indicators, to be very, very honest, I think almost, let's say it like this, indicators in general are an interpretation of human beings. An indicator is programmed by a human being. The best information you can get if you are investing, and it's some free training, but I find your question very interesting. So I'm willing to do whatever you guys want to question, I'll answer. I see that the most accurate information you get, and this may sound stupid, but it's actually true, and I talked to a lot of traders who have been trading for 10 and 50 years, is a price itself. So candlestick and price action. A good book is Candlestick Bible, for example. Yeah, patterns are important, but I think being able to read your candles, having a little bit of understanding of what your institutions are doing as well. For example, stop loss funds. This is why most retail traders are losing. They have no idea. They just work with support and resistance trend lines. They put their stop loss right above resistance. But do you think that your big institutions or your central banks and whoever is trading under your hedge fund brokers don't know how support and resistance works? Of course they know. So they pump price up. They take the liquidity. They make sure everyone that was, for example, let's say in a sell position, they push price up, take every one of them out. Then at that point above the resistance, there are buy orders as well, buy limits. Those people get triggered into a buy, and then they dump price again. So both the people that were selling and buying are kicked out. So this is a little bit of information that we're teaching. So besides reading price action, an indicator that I do really, really like, and one of the most old indicators, well, ever invented and still actively used by a lot of very, very good traders and myself, is called the Ichimoku Cloud. You can go look into that. I'm not going to give a whole training on how I use it. But you have a video on my YouTube channel totally for free. If you do want some extra value, I will actually search that up for you. Give me a second and drop that.
Even if nothing more than just the spelling.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to type in Ichimoku Cloud and Google.
Yeah, Ichimoku Cloud. It sounds very, very difficult, but it actually makes trading
put
that much
more. Put the spelling in the chat, please.
I will drop the video and I will drop this spelling. The video is a little bit older, so I will look a little bit different, but Ichimoku Cloud.
And while you're doing that, because I know he probably has to leave soon, he's got a client. We have one of my friends on here is a massage therapist, Devin. He says, what about people on a budget?
All right, awesome, Devin. I will come back to you, Andino, in a second. But for people on a budget, the company actually offers that we can compare it to a sort of scholarship. All right, so if you're interested in that, Devin, I would say let's jump on maybe a separate call. But for everyone, you can see it like this. If you, and I know in Europe this is big. I know in America this is very big as well. Let's say you go to a gym and you go for a week, and a week later you go again, but you bring a friend. If that friend signs up, or this is how it is in Europe, correct me if I'm wrong, this is not how it is in America. If you bring a friend to the gym, you get your membership for a month for free or 2 months for free. Is this a little bit how it works in America as well? Or
of sorts, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So it's with a lot of things. With us, if you bring a friend to the movies, for example, you get your movie ticket for free. Stuff like this. So actions like this is basically why did they do this? And this is what they call mouth-to-mouth marketing, or a network marketing business model. They shifted it because no one actually is actively listening to radio marketing, right? Or TV commercials. How many people skip that nowadays? So many people get Netflix. Why is Netflix booming? Because there's no commercials on there, right? This is the main reason, let's be honest. And this is what they see, the companies notice it, and they're like, all right, this is kind of a problem because we're spending all this marketing budget. And trust me, most companies' marketing budget is the biggest proportion of budget that they resource out. They decide to use that now instead of using it on marketing that doesn't work anymore, spending it on their customers. So if people are questioning why do companies actually do this, it's because it works better than the classical way of marketing. And this is what a company decided to do as well. And this is how the scholarship works as well. Let's say There's two people that you know that want to learn this as well. You actually get your subscription for free, not for a month, not for 2 months, but just forever, right? Do you have to do this? No, a majority of my team just does not do this. They just learn, earn, and pay their subscription. But it is a possibility. I, at some point, decided to even scale this up more and be like, all right, I know what I'm doing right now, and it would be kind of weird to not share this. And the fact is I shared it with a couple of friends, they started sharing this, and so on and so on, just couldn't stop it. Now, Ross, for example, I talked to Ross talks to me, then Ross says, hey, I have people that are interested. This is why I'm on the call. So Ross is like, hey, could you give some information? Yeah, for sure, all right? Why would I not give information to people? And then the company actually pays you out. And this goes, they give you a certain compensation for that. So the people just pay their subscription. They're not paying you, but the company is actually giving you a certain reward. And this goes, they start at $600, goes to $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and scales up to 5K, 10K. It even goes up to $500,000, $750,000 at this point. Even they're going to announce a new one as well, which is going to be 1 million passive a month. Is this like easy to do for everyone? No, but like a $600 extra a month, $1,000 extra a month. I see a lot of people do this, people that are social, that are into coaching others. I see them do it. I also see a majority of our people just trading and investing and earning their money there. It's easier to get the money from the investing part and learn that for sure if you're not highly into social part. But for me, I'm a very social guy. I like helping people, talking to people, and it's a nice thing. You're helping someone and you're getting an extra stream of income. So that is a little bit how the scholarship part works. I hope that is an answer to your question, Devin. True.
Yeah, no, very good. Additionally, to add to that a little bit, when it comes time to put together your first account and actually start active trading, the account that I've got right now, I was at a social event, sort of like this, but actually in person at another friend's house, and they set me up with a demo account. A demo account has no real money in, so you can put as much money as you want. I put $5,000 in there to see, and that's about what I'm trading with right now, to see what I would do. And while we were at this essentially cocktail party, an actual trade came over everybody else's alerts for those who were already active members. And so they helped me take this Bitcoin trade, and I saw what kind of money it was when we all won and profited in the trade. By the way, I don't personally say that I won or lost a trade. This isn't a game to me. This is a business. And so I either profited or lost and got my ass kicked. I never lost money. It's just back out there in the market working for me and getting ready to come back home to me. But when I saw what I profited in this demo account, I'm like, why do I want to use this? I want a real account. And so when I finally started actual trading, I put $250 into that account, and that was it. And the profits that I was making were like $2, $3. I started jumping up and down when I made my first $14 profit. In 6 weeks, I turned that into $30,000. Is that what you're going to do? I can't promise that, and I won't promise that. I told you guys that earlier. But I did that, what I think Nick calls with a lot of naked trading. Uneducated, kind of blind, just my own personal analysis. What I've learned in the 2 weeks from Nick that I've been hanging out with him since we first met on Facebook is more than the 5 months in the other groups I've been in. You know, it's night and day. And so I'm just kind of psyched for some of the other seasons to start up now. We'll explain that later, but things happen in waves, in what's often called seasons. And that Bitcoin, that cryptocurrency season that made me a lot of money has ended. There was kind of a consolidation where things weren't quite as active, and now things are about to really start kicking up again. You know, I'm drooling because now I've got the cryptos that I'm becoming a pseudo expert in, and the foreign exchange that Nick is an expert in. So, I mean, that's just going to happen so much more quickly. And from $250.
Absolutely. For people that want, do you have another question on Dino? Or was
I'm
everything
good. I'm good. You
Awesome.
answered it.
What I can show, for example, is I'll just show your chart real quickly, and this will blow some of you away, but don't matter, just stick with me. For example, this is a part of the software that I'm using and actively teaching. This is something you will see in the YouTube video as well. This was a trade that was just called a potential buy. Now, I'm not taking stuff that is called by software blindly. That would be not so smart to do, but we have a certain strategy developed on it. So we use the software. This already shifts through potential good setups and potentially not good setups. And I apply my strategy on that as well, while I double check, all right, is this actually uptrending? Is this in the right direction? Is this in the right momentum? Do I have more demand than I have supply at this current moment, right? This will push the price up, obviously. Sorry, do I have, more demand than I have supply? Currently, this will push the price up. And as you can see, this was called, let's do the strategy real quickly. I won't explain it totally because it will take too long. But you can see this was called at 23 UTC time. This is over here, 11 o'clock before the night. A simply line is drawn. I just put, and this is a little part of the strategy, all right? So I'll just make it very simple. I just copy this price level. I put it over here and I observe price action, something I just advised and need you to do. You observe price action, you see that price rejects to the downside, wait for price to confirm your direction, which it actually does. On top of that, we can add some institution levels, which is absolutely amazing. You will always see price respecting certain levels. And one of those levels is, for example, the 800 level. So as you can see, I just put this random 800 level and price reacted on this multiple times. Now we can see price reacts here, 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 and here. It rejects, it breaks through, and reacts on the other side. It's like a trampoline, it broke, and it hits on the other side. This is an indication of a reaction to the upside. And this is a little small part of the knowledge, right? But what I'm teaching Ross, what I'm teaching 30,000 students a month and everyone that I meet is, if you apply the strategy, this was a confirmation for a buy position, for a potential buy position, which I couldn't share, sadly enough, because I was on a call with you guys. But this is a potential buy position that you could have taken. And as you see, price cleanly moved upwards and is about to give 10 pips, which is actually 1% of your account. At this current moment is giving about 8 pips, which is 0.8% return on investment. Yes, you heard it correctly. 0.8% return on investment on your account, which is absolutely amazing. That takes you about what? That takes you about a year. And this is in just one trade. You press your phone, you put in the numbers. The fun thing is you give certain levels in, you put that phone away, and you say it's gonna go 10 pips. If it goes there, the trade is automatically closed. I'm making money while I'm in the shower. I'm making money while I'm eating breakfast. I'm making money no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. And this is the fun thing, is it's a passive way of earning money, right? Did that fall out of the sky? No, it took me a lot of time to learn this. It took me a lot of time, and I'm still actively improving my skill every single day. But I know that each and every single one of you guys can do this as well. It's just, what do you put your energy and time into? If you put the same amount of energy, or even a little more or a little less, depending on how smart and how talented you are, I know you can learn this as well. There's no difference between me and any of you guys. That is just called hard facts. Cool. Anyone else have some questions? Otherwise, we're going to round this up. And then
I got my phone. I was about to take that trade at you, but you took the screen down. I didn't.
No. It already just pushed. Look,
is it old?
So look like that. I'll just check this, right? Price was just at this point 50 minutes ago. Price was at this point. I was talking about this. Price just pushed up. So it went from this level to this level, which you can see says is 10 pips. It just measured 8. Did you see this? 8 or 7?
Yeah, I see that.
All right, and now it just pushed up. So I just predicted this. It's just to show you. I cannot tell you how to take a trade and let you all install a demo account like Ross did that evening, because we're not present together, so it's a little bit more difficult. But I can show you that I just explained to you this would go up and it goes up. Can I explain every move in the market? Yeah. Am I always correct? No, not always, but I'm pretty damn accurate at this point. And it's just because I practiced this.
You've actually got a pretty high percentage right now, right?
Yeah, I have an accuracy of about 90%, 90, sometimes 88, 87, sometimes 80, 92. I have weeks that I'm 100% accurate. It depends. It varies.
Yeah.
That's correct. If there are no more questions, I would highly thank you, every single one of you, for being on this call. Big shout out to Ross as well for organizing this call. I think
guys, thanks for joining.
And if you have any more questions, contact Ross or contact myself. If you want the book, contact myself as well. And let Ross know what you think of this. Like, do something with this information. Don't sleep on it for the next months. years and expect your life to change, because if you don't change anything in your life, just as if you don't change anything about your recipe or about a chemical experiment, well, nothing's going to change about the reaction or the taste of the food. Same with your life. I'm not saying that this is going to be the change you need. I just showed you a little bit of what I do, what Ross do. If you are interested in this, awesome, let Ross know. If it's not something for you, also awesome, let Ross know, just out of respect of your own time and his time and my time. And then I wish you a lot of success with finding the correct change into your life. But I would say, don't sleep on your dreams. My dreams woke me up. I hope yours do the same. Thank you.
Nick, thank you, man. Everybody, thanks for joining.
Appreciate it, Nick. Thanks, Ross.
Yeah, those that had to leave. Everybody that left and checked in with me via text message, very impressed, very interested. And what was that? Oh, that another alert. Everybody's quite interested and appreciative. Thank you, Nick. And I'll probably see you at 4:00 in the morning my time.
Absolutely. I will see you tomorrow morning for some more trading and taking profits live together. If any of you that are still on this call or the people that left have more questions, we'll just jump on a one-on-one call. This is towards you as well, Ross. You can just ask them and say, hey, we can give some more information. And then people do what they want to do. As always, I'm not ever going to pressure them.
Awesome, everybody.
Awesome. Stay blessed. Have an amazing evening. I'll go to my next appointment and hopefully see you soon. And Dino, keep up the great work, because I know you're already investing. So I hope you got something with these.
He's actually the CFO of my company, by the way. Or we're actually talking about that.
Absolutely amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Keep up the good work. If you have some more questions, you can send me on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. I will be gladly answering anything. Cool. Stay blessed.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
All right, so I think we're going to go with only 2 lights today. So definitely once I get moved to Florida, get retired from the Secret Service, the next house is actually going to have its own studio. Just setting these lights up just so I look pretty or prettier or passable. The monitor in the back, I'll have my own, set for when we talk about investing in crypto and anything else, and there'll be props like coffee or monster drinks or whatever else I need to get me through a show. But yeah, setting this stuff up is a pain in the ass. I'm not going to joke or lie. Sorry again about the green screen. It's Saturday morning here. Just this past Wednesday, we did the earlier part of this video, and that was the Zoom session where we had a bunch of people interested in learning how to day trade, swing trade, basically trade on the Forex market and the crypto markets, and any other possible investment opportunities, although that was focused towards Forex and crypto, especially Nick Engels' area of expertise, the Forex, and also membership with International Markets Live. I'm doing this follow-up because since Wednesday, there have been some questions. We lost one of the members. He decided it wasn't for him. I think it was a little premature, and so I want to address his issues. So if you have the same issues, you can make a better decision, or at least a more educated decision, even if it's the same one that he made. So one is my successes and failures. Look, I get it. You're here for one reason. You're here to make money. This is social. We all, get together and chat and talk and do whatever, sometimes in person, sometimes virtually, but ultimately you want to make money. Because I took my time and started following my team in August, my previous team in August, registered with IML in October, didn't start trading till January. Once I actually started trading, I had a better idea what I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm not going to lie about that. I told you that. I'm learning, but I had a much better idea than I did back in August. I made a very quick $30,000 in 6 weeks. So in a month and a half, I'm up 30 grand from an account that started with a mere $250. This can be done. And what I did then was a very successful trading strategy. But some things happened, things changed in the market, and I lost 29,000 the next week. Why am I telling you that when I'm trying to convince you this might be right for you? I made mistakes that I'm never going to make again. And most importantly for you, you'll never make in the first place. You know, sometimes truth is learned, not told. Well, I learned it. Learn it from me. The mistakes that I made that we'll share once we get further into this, I will not let you make. But as far as a profit, I'm back up. I've got it sitting on. I started with the like $700 that I had left. I took a break, cleared my head, analyzed what went wrong, analyzed what went right, and now I'm back up to over $3,000. Not much later, after a pretty decent break, and looking at some other things. I've got money, long-term investments in cryptocurrencies that are going to help me buy the house in Florida. And yeah, I still consider this very profitable. Next, I want to talk about IML's reputation. I got the, Wolf Blitzer has his props. He's got, when he's in the situation room, he's got a piece of paper and a pen. The piece of paper is actually blank. Did you know that? The prop that Wolf Blitzer has on CNN in the situation room is nothing more than just a prop. It's a blank piece of paper and a pen. Maybe it's indicative of him. I don't know. I'm told it's the pen he's had his entire career. It's the exact same pen he's been in the situation room with, but it's got no ink. It's a prop. This is real data on my iPad. What I'll probably share with you, so you can also follow along that way. Let's see if this works here. There we go. Screen mirroring. Boom, boom, boom. We're getting there. There we go. So that's what you're looking at. Let me put myself over here so I can still see I'm there. Okay, so we talked about profits. I'm still profiting. I'm still going up, continuing to go up. I'm with Nick's group now, and I'm doing even better. That 30,000 and then some is going to be back, this summer, easy. IML's reputation, pyramid schemes. One of the things that was this, if you hear snoring, that's my dog over on the sofa sleeping. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning. Why would he be tired? If you see or hear anything about, pyramid schemes or Ponzi schemes or anything like that, as far as the membership side of IML, that was actually one of the reasons why, when I started following in August, why it took me till October to sign up. And then why it took me till January to begin trading. I was concerned about that. Some of the people within IML are very hard sell, very aggressive towards the membership drive. Nick and I are not. If this conversation, if this video, if this, part of our relationship as friends is the last time we talk about trading, then it's going to be the last time we talk about trading. I believe in what IML does as an educating company, and I believe that trading on the Forex market with the right amount of knowledge is a profitable career. That being said, when Nick and I take time out of our schedules to help educate each of you and bring you on into the team and into the family, we deserve to be compensated for that, because it's time we're not trading. So what happens is, if I get two people under me, I don't like that term because we're all part of a team. But as far as recruitment, if I bring on two people, my membership is then free. Once I bring on a third person, then I'm actually going to start getting commissions off the membership that they get. That's called multi-tier marketing. In some cases, it works very well, and I believe IML is one of the cases where it does. My uplines will get commissions off of what I bring in because they brought me in. They're not going to get as much as I will, but now with the people, all the people they've brought, and this is where the pyramid structure, comes in. They'll get multiple smaller commissions from multiple people. Right now, I just got 2 people under me, maybe a third, etc. Once they start bringing people on, time to feed the dogs. Once they start bringing people on, that was Brian from Family Guy, by the way. I love dry martinis. Once they all start bringing people on, I'll get a smaller commission from that as well. That's not why I'm here. I agree that I should be compensated for that because it's something I did for IML, but ultimately we're all here to trade. And if you're somebody that I need to remind every month to pay your dues, if I need to constantly hound you to get into go live sessions so you can learn more about what we're doing, you're not right for this. And I don't want you. If you're somebody that's going to pay properly like everybody else, and there's different levels of memberships, by the way. So if you're on a budget, we got you. Then, cool. But I still want you to learn this trade because of its profitability. Losses and various membership complaints. And I'm going to throw some people here that were part of this call. You might be a tattoo artist. You might be a massage therapist, an Uber driver, a doctor. You might be in finance. You've all had bad days in your professions, and you've all had customers or clients that maybe have, gripe to your boss or actually complained online. One of the consultants that's been helping me with my hospitality business says a setback is a setup for a comeback. And that's exactly what you need to make it. I'm adjusting some things on my screen here so I can still be looking at the camera. A setback is a setup for a comeback, and that's what you need to make it. IML, I believe, has come back many times. Moreover, I think most of the complaints about IML are people that really didn't properly take part or take advantage of the program, and as such, lost a lot of money. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You need to know that. If you think $30,000 in 6 weeks is rich, then maybe it is. Then let's go. Let's get signed up. But I'm more for the stability. My mathematical plan is to take that $30,000 or even as much as just 20, whether I grow it between now and my retirement from the government, or I take it out of savings and create it right away, grow that account 10% each week. That's $2,000. I'm telling you for free, in cryptocurrencies, I've made that twice that more in one single trade. And so if I grow that $20,000 account, $10,000 in a week, cash it out, keep the remaining $20,000 for next week, grow that 10%, cash it out. That's $2,000 a week. That's $100,000 a year out of 50 weeks. You'll definitely take 2 weeks off over Christmas and New Year's. It's a bad time to trade. Some people take the entire month of December. But point being, this can be done. And I think it just seems as though most of the people who have had gripes about IML are people that didn't use it properly and lost severely. Nick versus other uplines. Nick is very busy. I heard him say on one of his go live sessions earlier this week that he had 8 more calls to do after the go live session with team members like me. My next is this coming Tuesday, I think it is. He's very busy because he's very personable. And other Zooms, if you have more questions, He is happy to get on another Zoom with us to answer those questions and make sure you make the right decision. He's also incredibly knowledgeable. I said in the call, in the Zoom session, I'll say it again. I've learned more in the 2, now maybe 3 weeks that I've been with him, even just following him or actually been on his team, than I did in the past, 6 or however many months of my previous team. He's helped. He continues to help. He helps you learn basics, things about the economy in general, so you can better understand what's showing up on my iPad. And I think somebody just commented on a Facebook post. So you can better understand the trades that you're making and the profits that you're going to make. Finally, with Nick, understand that this is what he does. And I think that's the other huge upgrade from my previous group, is that everybody, was new to trading, including my upline. The person that recruits you is called an upline. They are up the line from you. That person called himself a mentor. You can't mentor somebody in an area that you don't have enough knowledge to share. And that was the biggest thing. Nick is very knowledgeable, and this is what he does. We can't be on a better team. Team building itself. Share trading ideas. If you've got a trade you're taking, we'll share it with everybody. So now not only do you have Nick's info, but you've got the potential to take somebody else's trade as well and profit off of that. Once we get to that stage, you'll also have the skills that Nick will teach you to reevaluate that person's trade and do what's called back test it and make sure it's really an intelligent trade to take. One of the guys from the call on Wednesday, Dr. Mike, is on a quest for actually more than $1 million, but he's doing $1 million quest. He's pulling in 10 team members, creating his own team of people that are already registered, with each sharing successful trade ideas. Here's the snoring machine, by the way. He's gonna, rack out right behind. There he is. With each sharing successful trading ideas. And the goal there is, I think he actually is looking to make almost like 2 or 2.5 million in a holy shit amount of time. But when you think about the structure of it, when I say the structure, I mean the team members he's bringing in, and the timeliness in which they'll be sharing those trade ideas. Plus, when it grows and grows your account, it's like compounding interest. Your account gets bigger more quickly. But regardless of the number of team members that you put into it, regardless of the number of pips or the profit that you're trying to make, team equals additional support. And that brings us to more information sharing, but also to hard sell tactics. With you, with the Zoom session and with today's video, I'm presenting facts, not some sort of temptation. There's no empty promises. I'm presenting to you goals. When I say that I'm going to bring that $30,000 back, I only have 27,000 more to go. These aren't dreams. When I say that I'm buying a house in Florida, that's happening. I've got houses saved on here through Zillow that I've seen, that I've looked at, that I've been to. So that's happening. When I say that house is going to be on the water, that's not a joke either. These are not, let me see, where am I at? These are not dreams. These are goals that I've actually attained, the $30,000, and lessons, having lost 29 of it, that I've learned. I'm not going to let you make those same mistakes. Getting back to one more thing about the compounding interest and how it can relate to this. In that 6 weeks, it took me 4 weeks to build $10,000. It took about another week and a half to double that, another $10,000 up to $20,000. It took me 2 days to go from 20 to 30. So really in less than 6 weeks. But that's how quickly it grows and how quickly things multiply when I still use the same amount of risk. I wasn't increasing anything. It wasn't until I actually did increase my risk that I lost it. Lesson learned. The time needed. How long is this going to take? You go at your own pace. When I started following the group in August of last year that I'm formally with, I could have signed up that day. I decided I need to learn more about it, and I did. I decided I need to learn more about the industry, and I did. And then when I started training, I was much more ready than some of the others that started back in August with me. Nick and the other team members and I are all here to help. I will talk to you all day about trading. I will talk to you all day about the problems that you're having, and we will get through them. And if I can't, I will find you, Nick, or somebody else that's going to get us through whatever we need to resolve. Hopefully that is a good supplement to what we talked about on Wednesday. My contact info is there at the middle of your screen there with the screen sharing. It's Yergz, Yergz, at yergergroup.com. And yeah, my trading is actually going to be taken over by my company, not me personally. That's another thing we'll talk about later with your accountant if you have one. If not, we'll help you find that as well. Becoming an actual corporation and a registered day trader with the IRS, for those of you that are American. And that way, when you actually have losses like that $29,000, it's a business loss and you can write that off. Already checked into that, already know positively, and that's the route I'm going. So I will get that money back, probably now twice. My phone number, 267-716-1932. I live off of text messages and phone calls and emails and whatever way. We have a Facebook group created. Stay in contact. I will reach out to each of you individually. That way, I know for sure you don't have any questions, and that most importantly, if you feel kind of embarrassed putting this on a bigger forum, like the way I got some of these questions, then we can talk one-on-one. That's everything. It's Mother's Day weekend, so say I love you, Mom. That's what I'm going to do today or tomorrow, and I love you guys. Stay in touch, and I will definitely see you all soon.
Well, that's me. I'm Yergz, the founder and CEO of the Yerger Group. That's Rocky, our Chief Operating Officer. That's our editor, Doggy, also Little Prim. You can find us on the internet anywhere you want to be, just looking for the Yerger Group. On Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. We're out there. If this helped you make a decision, review it, watch it again. Hit that like button for us, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back with more videos about trading especially, but also about anything the Yerger Group's up to. Follow us here and anywhere you want to be. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again.